So I want to start with U.S. listed aluminum stocks because aluminum sort of quietly rallying here this morning. It's up 3.5%, and that's after Iran attacked a couple of Middle East aluminum facilities over the weekend. And so as a result, some of these U.S. listed aluminum stocks are rallying because investors think they may be beneficiaries. One of them is Alcoa. That stock is up now about 8%. We've also got the smelter, Century Aluminum. That stock ticker CENX up 13%. So again, investors betting that these companies may be beneficiaries of the attacks on Emirates Global Aluminum. There was also an attack on Aluminum Bahrain. They say it just demonstrates the risk of ongoing supply disruptions while this war, is now in its second month. Hard to believe. Let's move over to Sysco.
M&A trade.
What was that?
An M&A trade for Sysco?
Yeah. We're kicking off this holiday shortened week with a deal. So Sysco, and important to always say it's Sysco SYY.
Yes.
It's food Sysco.
Exactly.
Not John Chambers Sysco.
Very good distinction. Got to do it. Yeah, U.S. food distributor. It plans to raise about $21 billion of debt to help fund its acquisition of closely held Jetro Restaurant Depot. That's a food supplier that is family owned, by the way. It's privately held. Yep. But Wall Street doesn't like the fact that it's going to have to, deal with all of this debt because of it. We've got shares of Sysco, again, SYY, the ticker down 7% right now. It was up about 11% year to date ahead of this. So the financing is also going to include hybrid debt as well as $1 billion of cash on hand. And to help protect its credit rating, Sysco said it's going to pause its share buyback program to prioritize reducing leverage following this acquisition of Jetro Restaurant Depot.
And the restaurants buy from them.
Yeah.
Correct. Like so mom and pop type places, things like that. Because I guess Sysco really supplies the larger like hospitals and hotels, things like that. So it's a broadening of their portfolio, but the stock's taking a hit today. All right, let's move overseas to Italy now. And BFF Bank really taking a hit here, plummeting as much as 61% after the Italian lender disclosed that a regulatory review raised fresh questions about how it labels loans as performing. So this probe was conducted by the Bank of Italy. It found issues relating to the classification of credit exposure, which could lead to additional past due exposure of as much as $1.5 billion. So the Bank of Italy has now appointed 2 commissioners to assist the board of directors in remediating what's happening over at BFF Bank.
Okay, interesting. Because that's usually when you see news coming out of Italian banks, it's usually a little dicey.
Yeah. We have time for one quick one?
Sure. Just one quick one.
Viridian Therapeutics, don't talk about it often, but Viridian Therapeutics down 40%. It's a drug developer. It gave efficacy data from a late-stage trial of its experimental therapy for thyroid eye disease. The late-stage study in and of itself was pretty good, but it fell short of investor expectations, not as good as some of its rivals. And so Viridian Therapeutics, VRDN, the ticker symbol there, taking a hit this morning.
Sort of a nudgy time. It's like between earnings.
Yep.
It's just like an odd Monday almost.
Yep,
I feel it too. Like I'm just not there with. I'm still not on track.
trade for Sysco, that's a big deal. They have a $39 billion market cap, and they're going out to do a $29 billion acquisition. This is effectively doubling the size of that company.
Yeah, which is why Wall Street's not loving it.
Yep. That's a big trade.